What a brilliant performance for this young man. That's right, the Asian Development Tour, or ADT for short, is back for what is expected to be an exciting year ahead. And it all kicks off in Malaysia for the season opening PKNS Selangor Masters.
We are very honoured to be given the opportunity to host the PKNS Selangor Masters 2026 in Selangor. This is our 13th edition. This is a season opener with a prize money of $175,000. We expect a very stiff competition from all the players. The future is very bright. Yesterday, you can see 7 of them made the cut with the good scores. You can see Kavish, Gavin, Dino, the champion on 2022, is on leaderboard. Hopefully, we can see some good numbers over the weekend.
Launched in 2010, the ADT, sanctioned by the Asian Tour, creates a breeding ground for emerging stars across Asia and around the world. Just what's at stake, you ask? Well, the top 10 at the end of the season will earn playing rights on the Asian Tour for 2027, so plenty to play for.
It's not very good for me to win the Order of Merit, because this year I can play in the Asian Tour right now, so that's what I'm looking for.
For me, I just try to be the best, try to good environment, and try to get a good start for this year. And hopefully this year will be better for me.
Last year I finished I think top 25 in ADT Order of Merit, and it's kind of build momentum after the Aramco, and I got go to Q school, and it's a very good experience.
This is why I play golf. I just want to be on the Asian Tour. This is my 8th year as a professional now, and I played on the Asian Tour. I got through Q school once, and it was the best. You know, I really enjoy life on the Asian Tour, and if I can do it again this year, that would be amazing.
Well, the stage is then set at the Sri Selangor Golf Club. It's a tricky par 71 at just under 7,000 yards. This venue has seen plenty of dramatic results over the years. Well, speaking of drama, here's how the players stacked up after 3 days. It's a 4-way tie for the lead. Hong Kong's Matthew Cheong, Australia's Adam Cole, 𝗚𝗢𝗡𝗠𝗡𝗚 of Thailand, and Nicholas Chiam of Singapore share the lead at 9 under par with just 18 holes left to play in the season opening event on the Asian Development Tour. And there always seems to be something special about Sri Selangor Golf Club that produces exciting and dramatic finishes. A very warm welcome then to final round highlights of the 2026 edition of the PKNS Selangor Masters. I'm Timothy Lowe, and it's another warm and balmy day here just outside the capital. So what's already happened in this final round? Why don't we start with 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗪𝗓. Started his day with 4 straight pars, would eagle the 5th and then birdie the 6th to go to 8 under par. Kavish Varadan, 2 groups behind 𝗖𝗢𝗪, also started with a couple of pars before picking up a birdie, that eagle putt just slipping by at the 5th. Marcus Plunkett found himself in and amongst some trees there at the 5th, but it was no bother for him whatsoever. Fabulous shot, bending it around, using the contours nicely, setting up a kick-in eagle 3. Thailand's Ratchanapong Yuprayong ended off 2025 at the Asian Tour very strongly in Saudi Arabia. looking to get 2026 off to a lovely start. That was his first birdie of the day at the 6th. His countryman, 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗧𝗬, his tee shot at the par 3 third. Narrowly missed getting his card from the ADT back in 2025. 2026 off to a solid start there for Pumi. How about Nicholas Chiam, the Singaporean, looking to make it back-to-back wins for the Lion City on the Asian Development Tour. Starting the day with a share of the lead, a lovely shot there into the 4th, would also get to 11 under par. Matthew Cheung, one of the 4 overnight co-leaders, started his day with back-to-back birdies, a dream start for Cheungi. So a little bit of shuffling on the top of the leaderboard. What were 4 leaders, now just 2. Cheung and Chiam lead by 1 over 𝗲𝗡𝗧𝗧𝗏, and 3 over a quartet at 8 under par. So out to the golf course we go, and 𝗲𝗡𝗧𝗏 here at the scoreable 6th. A hole that saw an albatross recorded by Singapore's Gregory Fu earlier on in the week, so you know it's a great scoring opportunity. Lovely touch there, should be a relatively straightforward birdie. Now, 𝗲𝗏𝗏 up ahead at the 8th, highest placed Malaysian on the leaderboard right now. Yeah, solid shot, finds the correct level of this slopey surface. Now, Matthew Cheung, slightly more level lie than 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗠 had. Yeah, gets that one to chase on very nicely. Some good playing there for Matty Cheung. Now, Bhattacharya onto the back 9, having a very productive final round. Big tee shot as well on the 11th. Not much left, and should be picking up a birdie momentarily. Now, Matt Killen, he's going to be back on the Asian Tour this season in 2026 after a wonderful year on the ADT, which saw him bag a title in Indonesia. Now, Matty Cheung for the solo lead. He and his lovely wife Caitlin expecting their first child at the end of April. Caitlin usually on the bag for Matt, resting back home in Hong Kong this week. Now, a little bit further up the golf course, 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏 after that lovely tee shot at 8, can't convert. Was up and out of it quickly, but a birdie on the 6 for Matthew Cheung grabs him a 1-shot lead over Nicholas Chiam and playing partner 𝗚𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. You're watching the final round highlights of the PKNS Selangor Masters, a storied tournament that started almost 2 decades ago.
Selangor is actually Malaysia's first public golf course, and it was PKNS's project to make golf more accessible to Malaysians.
This is my home tour, and Malaysia is pretty much like my second home. I played well here so many times. That was pretty much my 3rd and last one in the Asian Tour, and sad to say that was 16 years ago. That one was the one that cemented me in the Asian Tour pretty much, saying that I have 3 wins in the Asian Tour. I'm as good as anybody else here in this tour. I guess I'm just at home here.
The event first started in 2007 as a local tournament. In 2008, it became an Asian Tour event, and that ran all the way through to 2014. Through that time, we saw an array of international winners, which was absolutely fantastic. Then the tournament went into a small hiatus, and in 2022, it came back as the PKNS Selangor Masters under the Asian Development Tour platform, which has been fantastic because, again, the first year of the revival, it was won by 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, a Malaysian hero, so that's been fantastic.
When I win over here, that moment is like very, very, very special for me, and that win for my mom also, my mom's birthday.
We would love to continue to have the tournament as the season opener. We are already speaking with the committee to see how we can grow the event and make it stronger and stronger for the years ahead. It's a great venue to start the year, and of course we're welcomed with Malaysian hospitality, so we're super excited.
So who's going to add their name to that beautiful trophy in 2026? More updates from the golf course for you coming right up. How about 𝗲𝗓𝗧𝗧? Deep into the back nine. That was his third at the 13th. Picked up a bunch of birdies. That got him up to a share of second. 𝗲𝗓𝗓𝗪 looking to emulate his countryman 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗪𝗓𝗠𝗪𝗓𝗠𝗠𝗧𝗏 in victory back in 2022. That was his second birdie of the day, coming at the 11th. Bogey free up to that point. 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏 𝗚𝗢𝗢𝗡𝗏 already dropped a pair of shots today, but a lovely tee shot here at the par 3 12, setting up his fourth birdie of the day to move him into a share of fourth at 9 under par. What of Matthew Cheong? Still with a one-shot lead over Nicholas Chiam, but that a costly miss for par at the 11th after running into some trouble off the tee. So parity at the top of the leaderboard again, a hole ahead, Nicholas Chiam. The 12th, putter working its magic. A two-shot swing now sees the Singaporean top of the leaderboard at 12 under par. What was I saying about this golf course always seeming to produce dramatic final rounds? Well, we're getting one again here in 2026. So the chased has now become the chaser. Cheong, tee shot at the 12th, water guarding the front of this green. Pin cut pretty close to it. See a lot of players out a little long and right, just erring on the side of caution. Yeah, good sensible shot there from Cheong. Up to 13, the par 5. One of the longest hitters in Singapore, Nicholas Chiam. You expect to pick up a birdie here, but this is his fourth shot. Ran into some trouble off the tee. Playing partner Ratchanapong sportingly trying to egg that one on, but there is some work to be done there for Chiami's par. Now 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏 not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, only trails by 2. Not a bad spot to miss it on this 12th. Oh, keep coming, keep coming. Work to be done for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well. Now Chiam to stay one clear. Lovely try, just slips low. So he doesn't know it yet, but Matthew Cheong is back in a share of the lead. Though this is going to be brisk, coming down that hill. Slipping off to the right. A little tentative there from the man from Hong Kong. Now 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has let a couple of good opportunities slip by already this back nine. Ooh, and there's another at 14. Yeah, 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗏𝗡𝗏 playing alongside Chiam to take his tally to double digits under par. Oh, and it just seems like it's that time of the afternoon where the putts seem to stop dropping. Let's hope that's not the case for 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, who has this for par. Yep, well holed. Not his best effort with a wedge from around the green, but makes amends with some handy work with the flat stick. So he stays at 10 under. Cheong and Chiam tied once again at 11 under. Still too close to call with just around half a dozen holes left to play. Well, more drama unfolded on this back nine. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 at the 13th. That would get him up to 11 under par, keeping him interested. And then Matthew Cheong, look at the putt that he left himself here on the 15th. Just coming off a bogey at 14. And the unlikeliest of birdies there, his 6th of the day, got him back into the lead. At the 16th, 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Flag hunting here to this back pin. Would get him up into a share of third at 10 under par. Nicholas Chiam Couple of bogeys on the back nine. This for a birdie on 17. Vitally important putt. That got him up to 11 under par. Within one of Matthew Cheong. Tied for second with 𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗚. Yeah, 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗡, just given the way that leaderboard stacks up, needs to find a 3 at the last and hope for some help. Places a par 5 for the members, but it's a par 4 for the players this week, and my goodness, what a shot there from 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡. Yeah, somewhere behind that mound is 𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗨𝗡 coming up the hill to 17. He's within one. Picked it nicely out of that fairway trap. Yeah, gets it to grab. Yeah, good clever shot there from Pumi. So 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡 knew he needed no worse than a 3 to preserve his chances. There's a familiar face in his bag there, caddy Guna, who's been on the bag for a multitude of Asian Tour champions, stewarding his countrymen to a 10 under par 72 hole total. Is that going to be enough? The way that Matthew Cheong is playing, you'd have to say not really. Cheong at 12 under, playing the penultimate hole, and again playing very sensible golf there, out to the wide part of the green. Nicholas Chiam at 11 under, but this is a putt for par. Up the slope, doesn't move as much off the right. Whoa, goodness, with 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡 in the clubhouse already at 10 under. Chiam's going to need to hold that to match the Malaysian. Back at 17, the man with the tournament in his hands. Slides to the right. Pace looks good. Oh, great effort, but pars will do for Matt Cheong. Now 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗠𝗨𝗡 to try to sneak in to the house at 11 under. Would have got a good line read from Nicholas Chiam. The line was good, the pace was lacking. Still, that is an excellent couple of days to close out the tournament for Ranjanapong 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗠. 66 yesterday, 68 today. He matches 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗠𝗡's 10 under par, 72 hole total. Well, similar line to Cheong, 𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗠 to tie the lead. That was hit with a little bit more conviction. Oh, just skates through the break. So Chiam, there aren't many good bogeys, but this would be one of them. Okay, bravely hold there from Chiam. 70 to close, 3 players now at 10 under par. Back on the tee box, and Cheong leads by 1 over 𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗨𝗡 here in the final round of the PKNS Selangor Masters. Matty Cheong ran into some trouble off the tee, pulled it left, had to pitch out sideways. This is now his 3rd. Don't make worse than 5. That's all he's thinking. It sounded heavy. He's asking for it to go, and oh my goodness. I believe that ball's been baptized. Now 𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗡, suddenly he is in control of this championship. Like a tufty line in the rough he's talking to. It's heading a little left. Ooh, caught a bit of a jumper. Well, that's no gimme up and down for 𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗡. A dramatic finish to the PKNS Selangor Masters once again. Who'd have thought it? Now, taking his drop from the penalty area, now playing 5. Remember, 10 under par, the clubhouse mark. Needs to get this one up and down and hope for the best. A lovely shot, given the circumstances. Threw it into the slope. Well, he's giving himself a putt to try and make it to 10 under. Now 𝗢𝗪𝗡𝗠𝗡 widened that stance, really fanned that club face open. Try and get that to grab. Oh, there's a slope right there. Sit down ball. Oh, it's caught it. And that one's going to go racing down towards the front of the green. It wasn't far off from being a quality golf shot. But I've seen this putt in many editions of the Selangor Masters past. It is no gimme 2 putt. Slow up the hill Should move from right to left, but easy to overread these. Yeah, your mind tells you that that ball has to go left, but it just skates on once it gets onto that top plateau. Yeah, you think we're going to go to a playoff here, but will it include Matthew Cheung? This for a double bogey. No, doesn't come back from out there. That is absolute heartbreak for the Hong Konger. Stood on the tee with a one-shot lead at a triple bogey 7. Matt Cheung is going to miss out here in Selangor. Now 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗚 to make it a 4-way playoff. No, 𝗚𝗢𝗓𝗡, my goodness. The two men who stood on this tee box at 12 and 11 under par will have no further part to play in the 2026 edition of the PKNS Selangor Masters. A triple bogey for Cheung, a double bogey for 𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗚. So it's a 3-way playoff to determine this year's champion between Varadan, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗚 and Nicholas Qiam. Who would have thought it? It's a crazy old game, golf, isn't it? So what has happened in the playoff already? Chanapong 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗚. We've seen this position before. Tough from back there, just got it to grab a little quick. And unfortunately for the tie, that would lead to a bogey. Diabolical final round hole location on this 18th hole. For 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗡𝗚, unfortunately, no joy. Bogey would dump him out the playoff at the first extra hole. Varadan, though, at this opportunity for birdie. A little tentative with it. It would pile the pressure on Nicholas Qiam, who had this for par. Boy, has that putter been magic for the Singaporean in this final round. So, halved the first playoff hole with pars. They would halve the second extra hole with pars. And for the third sudden death playoff hole, a new hole location cut. Not a very friendly one, you can see, tucked all the way near that water. Now, Qiam. Just out of that left rough. Don't want to take that flagstick on. Anyway, just a little right of it's fine. Oh, it's more than fine. It's going to come off the slope. Excellent shot for Nicholas Qiam. Very cleverly played. Oh, Varadan, much better angle in from the fairway. Right half of the fairway, staring down the target. Qiam's put a little pressure on. How aggressive does Varadan want to be? Bogey free in his final round in regulation. Straight over the top of the stick. What a response from the Malaysian. So, Varadan first to go for his birdie. Coming downhill, should just tail off a fraction right at the end. It's got to move right there. It has to move. Oh, stay straight. Lovely try, though. He's safely in for a 4. As the attention now turns to Nicholas Qiam for the title. Wouldn't you believe it? Nicholas Qiam, your winner of the PKNS Selangor Masters on Valentine's Day. A big hug for caddy and girlfriend Olivia. She's been on his bag for a year, and she has seen her man clinch his first victory on the Asian Development Tour. What a performance from the Singaporean. Let's hear from our 2026 Selangor Masters champion.
I don't know what to say. It's just superb, really happy, just like overwhelmed and mind blown. A lot of excitement right now, a lot of like emotions, but really happy to be. Yeah, really appreciate it. Almost had a 5-way playoff, I think. Yeah, so I think everyone had a really up and down day, really dramatic ending actually. Yeah.
One of the nicest guys you could ever hope to meet. Tremendous talent and now a winner on the Asian Development Tour. Many congratulations, Nicholas Qiam, who currently sits at the top of the Asian Development Tour Order of Merit. Remember, the top 10 at the end of the season earn cards onto the Asian Tour for 2027. Congratulations, Nicholas Chiam. Another fantastic week here in Selangor. Join us next time on the Asian Development Tour.